Here's Crosby to kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit. That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield, the blocking forms in front, lofted it to the runner, and now not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you in just a couple of minutes we'll get you to Orlando and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this first half of football so far. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Zadarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground. 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Hurts. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Hurts sets up to throw it. He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
But first down, Hurts. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. 3 first-half interceptions now. And, Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play call.
Randall Cobb on the breakaway. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. A big play there just before halftime.
I'm going rhetorical on you here. Could that pass have been delivered any better to the receiver downfield?
Not at all. And when he catches that, he didn't even have to break stride. Full speed. That's why he got all that yardage after the catch.
Timing, timing, timing.
Touchdown! It's Devontae Adams hauling it in from Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers continue to pull away here in this first half.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 23. So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. They'll throw now on the final play. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Now, following the sack, they look to make amends on a second down and 17. Airing it out deep for Smith. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Hurts. Looking here for Smith downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
And Hurts not coming to the sideline. They're going to go for it. They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. Airing it out deep for Smith. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably at least. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Green Bay Packers and the Los Angeles Rams. And off we go from SoFi Stadium. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Off the fake to Akers. Here's Stafford rolling to his right. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Working with a 2nd and 3. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
They are pushed back 5 yards by the delay of game, 2nd and 8. Now a play fake it at Stafford. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Ray certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw, Stafford. They'll set up the screen here to Akers. Oh, good move. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Well, Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath. Maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Flushed out right. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Stafford looks to throw again. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing is Stafford. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. Now Stafford. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
On 4th down, Stafford. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. Offensively, a far from ideal start there with a pick on the opening drive.
Yeah, not exactly what they were looking for. We know that. That's pretty obvious. The beauty, though, is it's happening early. If they don't panic, they don't compound this problem, they've got a long way to go and a chance to get back in it.
He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. 38-yard line, 2nd and 11. Here's Rodgers. Trying to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone. And
this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jair Alexander.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. A first down run by Jones, not going to work out as he's hit and dropped behind the line of scrimmage. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
They try and run on first down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. Six 0 our score after one. Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. Now Rodgers. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Throwing now is Rodgers. Slant to Adams. And he's going to get this inside the 30. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. After the penalty, it's Jones. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. He was brought down by Troy Reeder. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. To throw, it's Rodgers. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13. This is caught, and it's a Packers touchdown. It's Devontae Adams hauling it in from Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers have drawn even here with the extra point to come. So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. The 40. The 20. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. On the return is Brandon Powell. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field. Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. Play action. Stafford. He'll buy some time right. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, he went on the move there and started rolling out. I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted. And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Rodgers going to give this one to Dillon. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there. A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
You know they pay me extra for this.
Touchdown, Packers! Robert Tonyan, 57 yards. And once again, the Packers, they're back out in front. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone. And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. From the end zone, here comes Brandon Powell. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it no matter the sport. They say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I was
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day. Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first.
He's got a man, complete. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Now a first down throw. Stafford. This is caught. It's Woods. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Throwing again is Stafford. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got it. That's Kupp for a Ram touchdown. Cooper Kupp in the final seconds of the first half. And the Rams are once again going to retake the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that gives them a 3-point lead. And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
A final shot before half for Rodgers. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Gay now set to kick it off. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Again, it's Jones. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Here's Rodgers to throw. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. On first down, Rodgers. He hits Adams, complete.
Get that swagger, y'all. Let's get
Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers have answered back with a 3rd quarter touchdown of their own to retake the lead. So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2. Now it's Rodgers. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Popular down near the goal line. Quick slant. Nice job there to get in, knock it away.
It was. One of the other things you're concerned about when you throw that route is to make sure your offensive linemen use their leverage to get the hands of the defensive front down so you can throw it through that little bit get it to the receiver. In this event, they did, but a nice play by the defender knocking it away.
Stafford going to give this to Akers. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Here's Stafford. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Tyler Lancaster able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Stafford flush to his right. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. And Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. Well, you think about it, though, that interception, great for his stats, but bad for field position. It was 4th down.
Yeah, terrific observation. If there is going to be a silver lining, and this is what he'll plead when it comes time to watch it again, hey, it was just like a punt, right? So we end up taking possession of the ball. But you're exactly right about it. Should have slapped it down. Field position would be better for his offense. But how many times do you get a chance to make an interception that you turn it down? That's when you're...
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big play that time through the air. 39 yards. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Rodgers going to throw. Looking deep for Adams. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
On the move to his left. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Man, we see a lot of quarterbacks try and do this. They get out of the pocket, they get in trouble, and they try and force the ball into their star receiver to make a play, sometimes whether he's open or not. And I think this time, it was definitely an or not.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Stafford on 1st down. Dancing to his left. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Stafford now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Now it's Stafford. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Another important fourth-quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. Room here to run. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there on the catch and run. That was so well timed. Just a perfect throw on the slant.
Hit him on the move, didn't he? Now he's going against the grain of the defenders coming over to try and stop him. That allowed for that additional yardage.
And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Aaron Jones. Excellent work there to get in on the touchdown run. And the Packers take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Powell now to take it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guy.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 39, and they have possession. And they have it at the 38-yard line. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Open space inside the 10. Touchdown! Aaron Jones. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Crosby with the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Powell now to take it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something."